Beginning, should we?
Yeah.
Okay. Our grandfather came here. My grandfather came here, and he was Syrian-Lebanese. So he came here in 1914 to the United States. Gosh. And he, he always enjoyed, I mean, he was just a kid at that time. I think he was probably 15, 16 years old, which is something happened on the boat and leaving the family and all that. And I think he came, first of all, I think he went out to South Dakota, and he got to selling things on a wagon, like he sold, overalls and boots and things like that to different farms and stuff. And he did that for a couple years, and then when that was all over, he got a little tired of that, and then he wanted, got to find a permanent spot. And so he came actually in this spot right here. And it started out kind of, I think he came to Mankato just because there were other Lebanese here. And they all grouped together, and they, worked on the language a little. And he always enjoyed selling things. That's all I ever heard. And I remember him. He loved the sale. He loved the deal, And he actually got into wholesaling. He did that. And he could really move and shake things, He took loads of eggs out to Chicago and wholesaled them, and he had a lot of ties to a lot of farmers, and it was just one of those things. He was real easy to get along with, and they trusted him, and he trusted them, and he enjoyed it all. And I think you got to like what you're doing, otherwise you're not going to be successful at it, and you're going to be miserable all your life. But he just really liked it, and he. Things went on, and he brought other members of his family came here, and he ended up here on this court. And this was kind of, and I don't exactly know how that actually happened, but he wanted a permanent place. And this was at that time was kind of on the edge of town a little, and you didn't have the hilltop area. You didn't have the, it was just the valley basically was all it was. And it's a little off the beaten track, but farmers found him. They enjoyed him, and he was able to, speak a few different languages at the time. He picked that up, and it was all, there was no formal education to speak of. He just, he just went out and did that, and he really liked that a lot. And he was able to, if a Lebanese guy would come in or a Syrian guy would come in, and he could obviously speak Arabic really good. And if there were Norwegians, he learned a little of that. And if he learned a little Swedish, he would learn that. And German, he was good at that. And so he would go on and on and on with that. And he really enjoyed that. And it was just the people thing that really got him fired up. And he was really successful. He did really well with that. I mean, he worked on a few different things. And he just kept going on and on. But he had a great life. And it was just, I think the older kids in our family, he taught us an awful lot. He just tried to get along with people, But he was very successful in what he did, and after a while, that the competition would start. Mankato was starting to get a little bigger all the time, and competition would start coming up. But he did during the World War II. He did really well. I mean, he had I don't know how many